Yeah. There we go. Okay, let me turn up the audio a little bit because it's a little quiet. Oh, there we go. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, I don't know what to expect with this. This is going to be interesting.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. Called punchy. So the because we're just going to get rid of our weapon, whatever we have. Fists scale off of strength and dexterity in a quality build, which quality build means equally off of each of them. And there's like diminishing returns the longer you level up, so the earlier levels will be very useful. So what we're going to want to do is go for whatever class has the highest total strength and dexterity, which is mercenary. The warrior's close and the knight is also close, but this is definitely the best one. Problem is this does have a lot of attunement, which is wasted. So like I'm kind of thinking it might almost be worth it even still going for warrior, just because that will have higher vigor and endurance right off the bat. This one also has higher vitality, so I could wear the better armor. But I'll probably do this just because it does have low intelligence, faith, and luck, which we don't care about any of those. We'll go ahead and do the Sovereignless Soul, and then I'm gonna just load one of my favorites. We have a whole lot of fantastic ones. You can see I have a particular way of making favorites. I do like patterns with the level stuff where I'll go like all the way to the right and then the left and then the right and left, or I'll do paradiddles where I do like right, left, left, right, left. I've done things where I go like right, like halfway between right and middle, and then middle, halfway between left and middle, left, stuff like that. So I've got all sorts of weird ones. I like this one because this was also one of the like tons of in different directions, but it actually kind of looks almost normal. Like from the side, not so much, but from the front, that kind of looks like a normal person. But we'll do this guy because he looks like he's got a punchable face. So only fitting that he would be the one that we get to play with. So yeah, we're gonna right at the very start, we're gonna end up doing no weapons. Sorry, I've got a really itchy nose today. It's from all the cocaine, sorry. And no, I don't do cocaine, I don't do any drugs. Tis a joke. So we definitely want our weight ratio to be below 70%. It's possible, like we may almost even want it to be below 30% so that we can get like the super fast rolling. And then we also we might do like stuff like Flynn's Ring for extra damage. There's a lot of ways you can really buff your fists. So this does have a parry, but it's a medium shield, I believe. Yeah, so it's got a bad parry window. There we go. Take a look at this amount of damage, because this is the sort of thing we're going to be dealing with. This is going to be an interesting run. Like I said, I've never successfully done this. I don't quite know what to expect. I'm a little worried. And we are probably going to spend quite a bit of this stream just on the first boss. Because it is a tough first boss. Oh boy. How much damage would this do? That's right, yeah. I forgot. I was trying to do the like left bumper will do with most weapons. If it's like 2 weapons, it'll do like some sort of combo attack. But with fists, because it doesn't count them as a weapon, it just doesn't even try. I don't know why I'm actually even going over this way. We are most certainly not going to fight the crystal crystal lizard guy all the way over here. Let's see if I can get a sneaky little backstab. That's a good amount of damage. So I think on this first boss, that's going to be how I do a lot of the damage in the first phase, is getting some good parries, which is going to be very tough with this shield because it's not a small shield. In Dark Souls 3, for whatever reason, they made it that shields have different parry, like different size shields have different parry windows. So the small shields have like the best amount of frames where a parry will actually be successful. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not used to parrying with these shields. So we want to avoid taking as much damage as possible before we actually get to the boss, because we don't need that. It's just a Titanite shard. Because we don't want to get into the boss fight with some health already lost, because it's going to be a long one. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Takes reduced damage at the start here. Alright, that's not horrible. No, it is pretty horrible. Nice. That's a harder one to parry, just because it's a bit faster. This is all practice for champion Gundyr later on. I am not looking forward to phase 2 here. Nope, I shouldn't have gone for that second, tried to go for that second parry. Nope, that was just horrible. There we go. Alright, let's heal up. Hate to use an Estus so early. Nope. I learned my lesson. Nope. Whew. Nuts. I shouldn't have gone for that parry. I knew I wasn't going to hit it. Alright, one Estus Flask and we haven't even hit the hard part of the fight. Like I said, expect some death. Can pretty easily deal with a lot of the attacks of champion Gundyr, or Edux Gundyr, not champion, by rotating around. Phase 2, not as much. Oh. Nice, got some good counter hits here. Alright, he's getting a little angry. Oof, that was way early roll. I don't know what I was thinking. Oof, why in the world? I'm getting too greedy. Alright, he's like right next to phase 2 now. There he goes. Alright, let's see how this goes. I don't know why I'm really bad at this phase. Jump attack. Ooh. Yeah. Munch. Ah, good. Counter hits. Yeah, this is actually it's a lot easier if you stay really close to him during this phase, because this phase has insane range, but that's why I have my shield. It was an early roll. I'm pretty lucky with that. Range, please. Ugh. Good. Gotta be careful, I'm like right next to the edge. Oh boy, I can't see anything. Okay. Let's see if I can't move him away from the edge. This might be a mistake, because I'm getting far away from him. Okay, cool. I don't think I've ever heard this music this far in. This fight never lasts this long. This is just I like hit roll way after the hit went through. I was just like, yeah, I'll be fine. Oh boy, staggered. Okay. Itchy nose at a bad time. Distracted me. Oop. Okay. Let my stamina recover a bit. So a good full block shield will be very nice for a lot of stuff like this. Give me a little bit of extra sort of protection against mistakes. This shield is almost full block, but it's not quite. Dodge. Come on, stagger. Nope. Alright, that's fine. Whew! First try. No problem. Wait, where's, yeah, point down. Alright, well. One boss down, like, 19 to go. I actually don't remember the exact number of how many bosses there are in this game. Probably more than 19. Whew. No, I'm gonna level up first, and then I think I'm gonna go back and try that crystal lizard. So, again, when everything that I've seen about fists only, any sort of suggestions on what in the world are you supposed to do? Like, how do you best suggest to do a fist only run? The best suggestions I see are get lots of strength and stamina, but also enough vigor to have enough health so that you'll actually survive. Stamina is useful, but not nearly as useful as all the other stats. And then all the rest of the stats past those four are completely worthless. Although vitality can be really nice because it lets you wear that heavier armor, so, you know. Oh, look at this punchable face. Oh, it's beautiful. He's like, so let's go ahead and quick level up here. Get some dexterity. Oh, and actually, I'll go ahead and use the 2 souls that we have here. I should just sell these, because that's quicker, but there's something satisfying about using them. Also, because I'm so used to playing modded, I'm very used to being able to level up at the campfire, so this is gonna be tough to get used to. Actually, I don't know why. I don't need to talk over here just yet. We're gonna try and cheese the Uchigatana guy real quick, just because we can get some extra souls from him, and then we'll go get the covetous silver serpent ring, because souls are going to be really, really important here. Whoops. Well, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. Wow, our first death wasn't even to a boss. That's fine. Honestly, our first death probably wouldn't have been to a boss even if I didn't die there. Oh, I never sat down at the bonfire. I just placed the sword in the coiled sword fragment in the bonfire. That's fine. Let's go and pick up my souls, and then I'll go get covetous silver serpent ring. It works out just as well because I was going to have to quit out and reload to get the Uchigatana to spawn in. Not like it really matters, but it is some free souls. So we later on are going to get the small leather shield, and that's going to be our parry shield, which we're going to use on 2 bosses that we absolutely need to parry, and possibly on Fried as well, because Sister Frida, you can parry her, and it's pretty worthwhile, especially because that fight is going to take a long time. But speaking of challenges, this run is going to have a few very large challenges. One of them is going to be a lot of the end bosses. Soul of Cinder, Fried, and Gale. Midair is actually not going to be a problem. That fight's going to take forever, but I've done that fight with like super weak weapons. I've done that fight with like Boulder Heave only. And I think I may have even done a fist only at some point, like when I had really high stats. But like it's really not that difficult of a fight, all things considered. Like once you really know the fight, and I've done that fight like a million times, so I shouldn't have too much of a problem with that. But Gale is a much harder fight, I'd say, just because there's just so much stuff to learn with it. So that one will be tough, and yeah, Frida and Soul of Cinder. So those will be like the first big difficulty. The second big difficulty is going to be Yorm, and that one's going to be probably the biggest difficulty. For anyone who hasn't played this game, doesn't know who Yorm is one of the bosses of this game. It's Yorm the Giant, and that boss has a special mechanic, sort of gimmick thing. There's a lot of gimmicky bosses in this game, and he's one of them, where you're supposed to fight him with the Storm Ruler. The Storm Ruler is a special weapon you get in his room. You can also get Sigurd to help you, and he also wields a Storm Ruler and everything. We're going to try not to do a Sigurd cheese, because that would kind of ruin the fight a bit. Like, that would make it a bit too easy, I think. Let's see if I can get to 1445 real quick before we continue on. How much would the Uchi sell for? Yeah, we can get that. Oops. It'll be just barely, but we'll get it. Nuts. Yeah, we are gonna have to, because I don't want to sell a homeward bonus, so we'll just sell the east-west shield. The problem is the Storm Ruler is like a worthless weapon anywhere except for on the Yorm fight, because it will specifically deal, like, it'll knock him down. It'll deal like crazy high damage to him. And so the issue is, when we can't do that crazy high damage, he actually has really high damage taken reduction. So he's gonna be a really tough fight. I don't know how well that's gonna go. I've never done Yorm, other than in mods, I've never done Yorm without the Storm Ruler, so I don't really know a lot of his moves very well, and I also, like, I guess the only time I've done him without a Storm Ruler is, like, I think it was either Powermancy, or I think it might have been Miracles, where I fought him with, like, Miracles, and so it did really, really high damage. So without that, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't really know the mechanics very well, and ow, and I just know that if I mess up on that fight, it hurts a lot. So yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. Might end up being a great time, might end up being an entire stream that's just Yorm. What I do know is I'm going to get myself as powerful as possible before fighting Yorm, like as much stats as possible. I'm probably even going to kill Dancer and Dragon Slayer armor before I end up going to Yorm. So yeah, this is going to be a long fight too, but it's 8,000, I believe, souls plus more, because I can actually sell the Titanite scale I end up getting from him, so it's pretty worthwhile. Luckily, he seems to stagger pretty easily, so that is, that speeds this up a lot. Mainly, I think he just staggers from, like, getting attacked really often, and with fists only, you do attack as often as you possibly can. I will say, fist only is not for the faint of heart. It's not something that you do if you're not super familiar with the game. But even what I'm doing here is nothing compared to, like, Lobos Jr., who is one of my favorite streamers. I love like everything he does, but he did he's done all sorts of challenge runs. He's kind of what inspired me to do any sort of challenge runs. He did a, I think, fists only New Game +7 Sister Freed around when the Ashes of Ariandel DLC first came out, which is like like New Game +7 is the maximum like damage and health increase that enemies can get to. And then also against Freed is really tough, and then also you know, it being like right when she first came out, it's like just so many things about that were just so crazy. But like he's done stuff like that, like New Game +7 Fists Only Ludwig the Accursed Blade and all the Old Hunters DLCs, so he's done a lot of these really crazy challenge runs. I'm definitely not as good as him at all, but I like to think I may have what it takes to do some good Fists Only challenges. I've already done the Broken Straight Sword Only, which is like a good sort of precursor. It's pretty similar to Fists Only, but it is more damage. Like a Broken Straight Sword would be doing like 20-30 damage per hit right now, and it would have a slight bit more range. Dang it. He staggered, but I couldn't riposte. By the way, how is the volume? If the volume is too loud, let me know. I'll turn it down. I don't know exactly what the volume is. My goodness, I keep dodging into him. I don't know how loud it is or not. If it is too loud, I'm happy to turn it down. Because I have like my own headphones turned up quite a bit. I just did it again. I keep staggering him while he's like facing the wall. There's let's see, it's not prod, is it? Oh, I cannot remember. I don't know why. There's a stream. Wow, my goodness, I've done it again. The streamer slash YouTuber, I can't remember who it is, but I watch some of his stuff sometimes too. He does a lot of Dark Souls content, and he does like regular Soul Level 1 or Fists Only runs. It's crazy. Soul Level 1 is an interesting one too. It might be an interesting run to do sometime, but it's really tough because that's Soul Level 1 is one of those runs where you really cannot make a mistake. So, plus the idea of no levels kind of takes away, like, I really enjoy progression in games, and in this game, like, I like leveling up and getting better stuff. Thought we got more souls from that. Probably thinking of Convergence mod again. Also, one boss that's going to be really tough is the Deacons of the Deep. That boss is a very laughable boss until you actually have to take your time with it, and then it's like one of the scariest but coolest bosses ever. I think one of the reasons why I like Deacons of the Deep so much is that it becomes like an MMO boss where, like, okay, there's actual like mechanics that you have to be dealing with and you have to play around them, instead of it just being just dodge a bunch and parry certain attacks and then attack. So we'll see how that one goes. Oops, I didn't mean to go to High Wall of Lothric. I wanted to go to Firelink Shrine. I guess we'll go here and open up the door, and then we'll go back to Firelink Shrine. Oh, beautiful. I just wanted to look behind me, but instead I got a nice close look of our wonderful face. So we're at a bit of an interesting situation as well here. We have two options, really. One is that we can go and fight like anything and everything and get all the souls from them. And two is that we don't, and we just try and run through as fast as possible and focus on the bosses. I think I'm going to want to do the second one because the first one is going to take forever. But it is kind of tough because without the souls, the bosses are going to take a lot longer. Luckily, though, I'm practiced. 2113. Can we get that? I don't remember how much Titanite scales sell for. Not enough. Alright. So, yeah, we're going to try and probably go through pretty fast. got some good stuff. We're gonna try and pick up like a lot of the items. I want to try and free what's his name, the gray rat, just so that we can get his ring. Not like we're gonna be using that ring a whole lot, but I mean early on it's not a bad ring, just because it lets you survive a bit more. So yeah. Oh boy, get ready for lots of that. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't stop him in time, so he got that whole thing off, but we can go ahead and just run through a bit. Gold pine resin, perfect for our no weapons. Also, in case it wasn't obvious, no weapons also, you know, like fists only also means no fire bombs, no throwing knives, unless it's like a utility thing. Like, I'm not gonna... I do not want to damage enemies with fire bombs at all. Of course, I say that, and then I let the dragon damage them with his fire. That was really loud, though. I am actually gonna turn this down. And now if it's too quiet, let me know and I can turn it up a bit. There's a mimic here. I don't think we really care about that. So let's just move on ahead. I don't think I want to fight the Lothric Knight here. So I might try and stay back and let him pass. Just because he's going to take a long while and he shields a lot. Okay, cool. Soul of a desecrated corpse. Let's run up to the bonfire. Did that? Yeah, I always forget there's a guy that jumps out there. Punch, punch. It is funny. I've watched some like, or I looked up some stuff on you know, good tips for doing a fists only run of Dark Souls 3, and some people were like, just use the Cestus or use the Demon Fist or use the, you know, whatever weapon. It's like they're kind of missing the point of why you do a fist only challenge. I'm not doing this because I'm looking for some special meta build that so, you know, somehow comes out from using fists only. Like, oh, it turns out fists are actually like the best weapon in the game. Like, no, obviously they're not. I'm not looking out for an easy time. I'm looking for a really nice challenge. And I think that's what I'm gonna get with this. I'm glad that we killed... again, here's the thing, like, Eudex Gundyr is a very, very easy boss if you've played a lot of Dark Souls before, and, you know, he's basically like the skill check, or the patience check, really. Like, do you have enough patience to play Dark Souls and to succeed at Dark Souls? And if you're able to kill Eudex, then you can kill anything. It's just gonna take some time to learn it. But even still, I always kind of just brute force my way through Eudex, so I'm glad that I ended up one-shotting him. So Crystal Lizard here, I'd like to kill him for his stuff, but oh, that guy hasn't transformed yet. Maybe I can. No, never mind. All right, let's grab this and get out of here. We do not want to fight that. Oh boy. Yeah. Alright, come on out. Yeah. Come on and get me. What are you gonna do about it? I'm just a bully now. I just come by and just give these guys wet willies and I mean, I guess that's basically like the quality of the fighting that I'm doing here. I'm just you know, giving them swirlies. Actually, that would even be more effective. Alright. So there's an Estus Shard in here. Let's see, how in the world should I even go about doing this? I think just rush it. There's a Titanite Shard up to the left, which we do not care about. But I don't remember, is there a bonfire here, or is that just... No, I think that's just modded. Alright. That's going to be the toughest part about this run, is just remembering what is there from modded and what isn't. So this is a not very smart move, and I may die, and if I die, I may leave my souls. Alright. Oh boy. Not what we wanted. Do not want to stagger. Oh, the firebomb hollow up top is helping me out here. Alright, cool. Those were the two things we wanted, Selkie and Estus Shard. Now let's get out of here. Oop. Boop. That was a bad dodge on my part. Alright, let's open up the shortcut. And then we are good. Like I said, this is going to be a lot of the run, is just running through enemies as fast as possible. And it is funny, because it's like, realistically, you got a lot of souls just from killing the wow, these guys are all just killing themselves. You got a lot of souls just from killing all the random enemies while you're going through areas. Like, that's usually pretty much the smartest idea, is make sure that you're killing everything. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. I gotta wait for it to come back, because I gotta rest at this bonfire. Actually, I'll just go ahead and homeward bone back so I can level up. But you want to be killing a lot of stuff, get lots of souls, and then you can have a much easier time. But on the same token, if killing everything is going to take super, super long, you're better off just taking a little bit longer on the bosses. Now, there are some later areas where killing all the enemies is going to be pretty worth it, but... or at least just killing some enemies is going to be pretty worth it, but hopefully by that point we'll be a little bit stronger. How much do I need? 2113. Ashen 1. Good dialogue. So let's go to here, free Grey Rat, and then we'll go and do Vort. Vort shouldn't be too bad, but his second phase is also pretty scary, because the hitboxes of all of his attacks change and become way, way more dangerous. So we'll see what happens when we get there. Ah! Hi! Punch. Pure. Luckily, though, like, even obviously, yeah, the 60 damage only for a backstab is pretty abysmal. But it's like, it's not like it's nothing. Like, that's still pretty reasonable damage. We can get decent damage with good ripostes. The hard part is just going to be a lot of the bosses that are like scarier to fight for long periods of time. Basically, there are a few bosses that I'm worried about, but I think the two bosses that I'm most worried about, actually, I guess I'm a little bit worried about Aldrich, but mainly Yorm for the reason I talked about earlier with the Storm Ruler. Okay, thank you, sir. And also, Pontiff Sullivan, who requires parrying in order to really be able to do well with him. Champion Gundyr is also really tough without parrying, but I've done that boss a lot of times trying to do it without parrying, to the point where I ended up finally getting to the point where I'm like, okay, gotta learn the parry timings. And I don't get them every time, but I am a lot better with parrying that boss than any other enemy or any other boss. Alright, let's go and give myself the blue tearstone ring. Whenever we need to replace a ring, that's going to be the first one on the chopping block. But it's not a horrible ring. It's just, it's like, it's it doesn't have any use unless you're low on health, and by the time you're low on health, you should already be healing up. Like if you ideally, unless you're using something like the red tearstone ring, you want to be high health pretty much at all times. You don't want to be sitting at low health. So when you're at low health, like something like the blue tearstone ring is going to help you, not have to worry as much, but you are still going to want to then heal up pretty soon after that, which as soon as you're able to, which means it kind of becomes worthless at that point. So we do want to get what's it called again? The Lloyd's sword ring, I think it's called, that gives you extra damage while your health is full, and it's like a pretty decent amount of extra damage, and we can combine that with the Flynn's ring with a low equip load, and then also like the Pontiff ring. Those will all give us some pretty good bits of extra damage. I don't remember if it's Pontiff's left eye or Pontiff's right eye. If I was a true masochist, I could go for Dancer right now, but that would also probably take about 10-15 minutes, and I don't have that kind of patience to work on that fight for that long. But we do need to go in here and get the banner, and depending on how long it's going to take, I may still try and kill this lady just so that we can get some extra souls. Yeah, that's no problem. Sorry, lady. You stand in the way of me and my souls. This is a whole lot of blood. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna kick her in the face. There we go. So that'll give us the banner. Basin will be for later on, when we do fight Dancer, but for now, we'll just have that. Ooh, those guys kind of warped into existence. All right. Let's see how this goes. Like I said, Vort Phase 1 is no problem, but Phase 2, the hitboxes change, and it becomes a pretty sketchy fight. All right. Oh, that is surprisingly good damage for this fight. I mean, we can't get any riposts, but that's pretty reasonable. Obviously, it's low, but we can work with that. So we are going to want to go to the first off, we're going to want to kill the tree, whatever it's called again, so that we can get the boss soul transposition that will allow us to get Pontiff's left eye from Vort here, from Vort's soul, and then we're going to want to get to the cathedral as fast as possible, because the cathedral will allow us to get the Lloyd sword ring, which is going to give us a huge boost in damage. That plus the Flynn's ring, which we can get a little bit before the tree boss, will give us quite a bit of a boost in damage, and that's going to kind of help carry us through a bit. Okay, here we go, phase 2. Punch him in his butt. All right, here's where the real challenge begins. I got to make sure I have enough stamina to actually do some rolls here. I'm trying to always stay behind him. Oh, that was, yeah, I should have rolled there. No problem. You missed us one-shotting the first boss, which was a surprise to me, but this is the second boss here. You can see it's going a little slow. Got him jammed in the corner here, though. Any second now, he's going to try and do a charge. So I kind of want to get him out of the corner. Sounds very poggers of you. Oh, there's his charge. Oh my goodness. That was all my stamina. Alright. Let's get behind him. Get some health back. Oop. Abby, how's it going today? How are you doing? How has the work been? Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm playing World of Warcraft as a tank right now. Like I can't see any, all I see is the boss's butt. Are you gonna try another charge? Not just a lunge. We're gonna hear so much of each boss's theme song because of how long these fights take. Like, again, never heard this part of the song. I mean, I guess I've heard it, like, listening to the OST on YouTube, but never heard it in-game. I'm glad he just hit us with a little bit of steppy stomps and not his actual weapon there. Work was work. Oh, and now you're finally getting to decorate the tree. Nice. That's exciting. Yeah, we decorated the tree a few days ago. I think it was on like last Wednesday or so. It was pretty fun. Not the same without having everyone here though. All right, cool. One shot Vort. I wasn't expecting a not one shot on Vort. He's easier than Eodex Gundyr, but still can be a little scary sometimes. But yeah, that's very fun getting to decorate the tree. It's like it's kind of tough to hold the whole like hustle and bustle of Christmas time and oh, you got to do all this shopping, you got to set all these plans up and everything, but it can be fun to do stuff like setting up the Christmas tree. It's kind of like you're kind of like, okay, now it's time to get festive. Sorry, one second. All right. Shopping, yeah. I still haven't done any Christmas shopping yet. You know, I'm a very cynical person. I tend to end up just being like, you know, Christmas, whatever. Haven't been able to do, yeah, because you've probably been very, very busy with work stuff, I would imagine. But I was thinking the other day, one of my friends told me like, oh yeah, he was asking me what I would like for Christmas, and was like, oh, you don't have to get me anything. He's like, no, I want to get you something. So he got me like a gift card or something, which was nice of him. But it's like, you know, cynical old me thinks about it, and I'm like, you know, so that means I'm gonna have to get him a gift card, and we're probably gonna get a gift card for the same amount. And so realistically, the only people that won here, the only people that got anything are the companies for the gift cards, like Amazon or whatever, or Nintendo, because they ended up getting a bunch of our money for free, really. But, you know, like, on the same token, a big part of Christmas is about giving presents and not so much about what presents you get or what presents you give or who you get the presents, like where the presents are for or whatever. So like, sure, we're basically amounting to a net negative among both of us, but it's more about the fact that we'd be given that we'd be giving gifts to each other. We're giving Twitch clips to each other. That's my Christmas present. Yeah, dogs are a little scary with this fist only build. Let's close this so that we only have to deal with the one, please. Nope, we got two. Darn. Oh boy. Okay. This is a little sketchy. Oh boy. Okay, cool. One down, rest is no problem. It's two dogs attacking you that's like really, really scary. because it's just dogs. They attack so fast, but luckily with fists we attack really fast as well, so although apparently not fast enough. Oh geez, why are all these guys out here? All right, let's light this bonfire. Okay, well, I guess they're attacking us, but we can just just say whatever. I don't remember where. I'm pretty sure the first Undead Bone Shard is in this area. Undead Bone Shards give you better healing with Estus Flasks, so we want to get those early on. But we do not want to consume Pontiff's soul. Not yet. I shouldn't say not yet, not ever. We want to use it for boss transposition. I think. Yeah. All right, so early on, like, we have a lot of health and a good amount of armor, so we're going to want to focus on getting a bunch of damage early on. I'm also going to, I know this isn't exactly the best idea, but because I'm expecting to die a decent amount of the time, we're going to get our first free level from this guy here. So, I love the draw out true strength lines.
Then shall we begin? Bear.
So it's, you know, he's like, then shall we begin? Bearer of the dark sign, something or whatever. But I always, whenever you try and skip it, like the then shall we begin part, like you can never get past, but the bearer, you know, like you can skip past that part. So he's always like, then shall we begin? Bet. Then shall we begin? Bet. And that's it. I have half a mind to make that a donation sound. Then shall we begin? Bet. All right. Was there anything here? Do it. Yeah, I gotta see. So like, Adobe has, I think it's called Audition, which allows you to make like audio only clips. I gotta do some experimentation with that, learn how to use it, because I would love to do something like that, make some like custom sound clips. I'm surprised those aren't backstabs. All right, small leather shield. There we go. That is what we're going to use against Pontiff Sullivan and Champion Gundyr when we get to them later on. For now, it's not really going to get used, although we will probably use it against like Black Knights, depending on how many of those we fight. We're going to get Loretta's Bone, but we may never give it to, what's his name? Grey Rat. Because when you give it to him, he's like, hey, I want to go do some scavenging. And we don't, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter if he does or doesn't go scavenging, but if he does go scavenging, considering we're not going to be rescuing, well, actually, we'll probably do a lot of Sigurd's storyline. We're just not going to complete it, because that would make the Yorm fight pretty much just as easy as a normal fight, like with weapons, because Sigurd would kind of just carry us through. So so like I said, we're just kind of running through everything, getting away. There's a bonfire right up here, which is going to be very useful. We definitely want to get away from these guys. Fire bombs. Let's go and knock this guy off the ledge. Pick up our worthless Titanite shard. So sorry, I'm gonna real quick just look up. Just so I can make sure that I'm not missing any of these. Okay, yeah, that's right. There is, the first one is exactly where I thought it was, so I'm guessing the rest of them are gonna be pretty much where I'm thinking they are. First Undead Bone Shard we're not gonna be able to get for a little bit, but it shouldn't be too long. So we're gonna go up here and free Cornix. Just because we can. Whoa. Did not mean to roll all the way down here. Well, okay. I guess we're not freeing Cornix, at least not right now. We'll be back. They always come back. We all float down here. Don't mind me. They're coming. Yeah, so unfortunately these guys are going to kind of mess with Sigurd here, so we got to hope they don't actually kill him. So we're not really going to get the chance to talk to Sigurd, I don't think. All right. No, don't hurt my boy Sigurd. Gah! Excuse me, I was lost in thought. I am Sigurd, a knight of Katarina. Oh boy. Get rid of the C word. I'll leave when I'm good and ready. Alright, there we go. We got his dialogue done. It's Squidward. My favorite. Yeah, that's so funny. I'll leave when I'm good and ready. Man, I want to rewatch Arrested Development again. That's such a... It's amazing. Like, it's such a shame that season 4 and then, like, I didn't even watch much any of season 5 because it just wasn't very interesting. And it really is a shame because it's like, man, that was such a fantastic show in its prime. It, like, truly one of a kind. I would venture to say probably one of the best shows that's ever existed. All right, Sigurd is going to help us a bit against this fight because we don't really have much of a choice. Watched a few episodes not too long ago and it's definitely still hilarious. That's good. Yeah, I that's always the worry, is that it's like, oh, I watched this at a good time in my life and so that's why I think it's so funny, but that's good to know that it still is as good. We were watching Sopranos a bit, and there was oh my goodness, that's a lot of damage. There was a thing with one of the characters had to bring his mom to, like, he had to bring his mom to a nursing home, and he's one of the people in the mafia, and so apparently there's, at this nursing home, they all, or retirement community, they all kind of like have like cliques and everything, and so he was upset because his mom wasn't a part of the clique with some of the people who were her friends, and the mom was like super like, you know, oh yeah, she can't possibly join us, she doesn't know how to play these games or whatever, and it just, the entire role kind of reminded me a bit of Lucille Bluth, and I was thinking like, man, imagine if they had gotten what's her name that plays Lucille to be that character. She played that, like, that entire role. Oh my goodness, that has a huge range. She played that role so well. But I think you had said she plays one of the, or she voices one of the characters in Archer, right? It's a show I gotta watch sometime. All right, let's see if we can free Cornix now. Although Archer is one of those shows that, like, it was the same way with Always Sunny, where it's like, I'm sure the show is great, and after watching Always Sunny, it's like, yeah, it is actually just fantastic. But like, why is the Michelin Man stabbing a tree? But like, the commercials are just so horrible. Like, a lot of the ads for Archer are just really not funny. But I'm sure the show itself is absolutely hilarious. There's a mean, self-centered mother in that one as well. Nice. I guess she's typecast as the mean, self-centered role, mean, self-centered mother, but she plays it very well. Michelin man stabbing a tree. That's a phrase I didn't expect to hear today. Watched the first few seasons and thought it was great. Keep meaning to rewatch. Yeah, someday I gotta rewatch it. There's a lot of show, or not rewatch it, watch it for the first time. There's a lot of shows that I need to like pick up, or shows that I kind of want to rewatch. You know, when we rewatched the those few episodes of Rick and Morty, I was like, oh yeah, the first 2 seasons of the show actually were really funny, and I want to watch those again. Bob's Burgers, yeah, Bob's Burgers is one that, like, those ads do not do it any justice, and I've never watched the show because of that, but you've recommended it plenty, and the few clips I've seen make it look actually like it is really funny, so I gotta pick that one up sometime. I did end up, you know, way back when watching, I should say way back when, it was like only a year ago, but watching BoJack, and like that was one that I was not expecting to be very good, and it turns out it was actually like fantastic. Although still, it's like that's another one of those shows where it's like it is a great show, but sometimes it really gets caught up in itself. You know, it gets a little bit like, oh yeah, we know everything and you better believe exactly what we believe. And so every once in a while I would do that, but so much less than most shows. Like Rick and Morty would do that all the time, and it was very, very frustrating. You know, you had Rick was basically just like a Redditor, really. But at least in BoJack Horseman, they had a lot of different views, and they actually had like really good stories and really good reason to boot for all of their things. So you really like the mother character in comedies, except for Simpsons, and Bob's Burger is no exception. Nice. Yeah, I've heard good things about the mother character in that show. A lot of people think she's funny. But yeah, BoJack is another one that I kind of want to do a rewatch of, because there were some really, really awesome things in that show. Plus, I mean, you know, Will Arnett voicing any character automatically brings it up like 10 points. At least. Yeah, that's true. You gotta kind of be ready, because there are like a lot of kind of funny moments, but there's also a lot of really sad moments. And you know, when I watched BoJack, oh boy, I didn't know this guy could get stuck back here. I would do that sort of thing where I would be like, okay, I have to mentally prepare myself, because this is not going to be just like watching Futurama or something. Like, this is going to be some pretty heavy stuff. So I think my absolute favorite episode of that show, and of most any shows, kill with my bare fists. Yes, they're just actual bears. My favorite episode of that, and one of my favorite episodes of any show, was the Times Arrow one with his mom kind of reliving her past. That one was like, it was really tough to watch. It was like the Seymour episode from Futurama, just like really, really heartbreaking. Yeah, it's really clever. And I mean, like, great voice talent, very, very fantastic stories, like a lot of really great stuff in it. Also, hey, Firelord, how's it going? And Dragon Slayer, you were here, you said something earlier, and I missed the chance to say hello, but hello. How are you guys both doing on this very cold Monday? No, I don't. Well, okay. I was gonna say I don't need to pick this up, but if these guys were coming down anyways, I may as well. You doing pretty good? That's good to hear. Run. Yeah, the Sarah Lynn one, especially at the very end, like that's one of the things that BoJack did so well, is they knew how to do like really big moments, and the part when like they're kind of sitting together in the observatory, and it just kind of goes silent and goes black, and he's just like, Sarah Lynn, and like, oh, that's like that part's like, oh boy, something really big just happened, you know. It's a very, very good one. I'm also a fan of the not like the season finale was fine, but the one right before the season finale when he's kind of like trapped in his dreams, that one's really good too. Okay, so we've got our Flynn's ring. Now we can make ourselves do a lot of extra damage with lower equip load. The problem is this is now a lot less armor. Obviously we don't want to do no armor, but we can do some light armor. Oops. How much? That's given us a little bit extra. Let's just do that for now. So now we are also like super fast rolling, which is kind of nice. So we got to be careful because we have a lot less absorption, which means we are going to be taking a lot more damage. Truthfully, armor doesn't matter that much in this game, but it does matter some. So we got to be careful, especially against stuff like the dogs. Now we can see our giant chunky body. Ay. Oh, also, I forgot to showcase my character's beautiful face. I'll have to do that in a moment. We may die here. I think there's a very high chance of death coming up here. I shouldn't have picked that up. That was a huge waste, and now I will definitely die. Alright, cool. The giant rat who makes all of the rules went over there. Oh boy, teleporting dog. Okay. I think we're good. If we can just sit at this bonfire, then it doesn't matter what happens. Whew, okay. Scary, scary. So here's my beautiful face. You know, I wanted to go for the most punchable face possible, and so we got it. This is chaos. It really is. Yeah, oh, actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna go back now. Do these souls. We're gonna have to go back in a little bit, but beautiful. Beautiful. So dogs in this game are really scary because for whatever reason they actually teleport to keep up with you, and so if you're like running away from them, they just will teleport right behind you, and it's like, okay, what am I supposed to do about that? All right, was there any more? No, that's it. Prithee, be careful. Neither of us want to see you go hollow. Or no, he says, I don't want to see my work squandered. Prithee, be careful. So we're gonna make our way towards the curse-rotted Greatwood. That's what it's called. I couldn't remember that for the longest time. And then once we kill that, we can make Pontiff's right eye, and that will kind of rocket us forward a little bit. I think that's only health regen. Oh, whoops. I didn't realize that was 95. I think it's only health regen, but it's still pretty useful. So again, we can't use the throwing knives in accordance to this challenge. We can't use fire bombs unless it's to, like, I guess there's not even really any utility times to use fire bombs in this game. Like in Dark Souls 2, you can use it to break walls or whatever, but that doesn't even happen in this game. I think the only time you'd really use it is like to blow up some barrels, and that also only happens like twice, and one of those times is already past us. All right. Yeah, so I'd like to... Whoa. Oh, jeez. All right. Sorry. There's a thing that happens with my controller here that I always forget. So if you press, so this controller has these programmable back buttons, and I have, but there's actually 4 of them. I only have 2 of them bound, and they're both to the jump backwards. The problem is if you press the pause, so if you press the minus button at the same time as one of those back buttons, you get to rebind it to whatever you want. If you press the pause button and one of those back buttons, then it rebinds that to be a macro of like a series of button presses. And sometimes when I'm running, I want to pause to open up something, and I always forget that's a problem with this. So If that becomes a huge problem, I may go back to my other controller, but my other controller was nice. It's just, it was kind of getting a bit old, and so it was having some things not quite responding. But it's very frustrating, and I looked all over to see if I could find a way to disable that, and I can't. And it is a darn shame, because this is a fantastic controller otherwise, but just the fact that it does that. No, come on over here, Hodrick, please. Please come over here. I don't want to aggro the other guy. All right, there we go. All right. I don't believe I can knock him off on the bridge, but I might be able to knock him off over here. Right into my trap. Thank you. He just did all the work for me. All right, there we go. So that's... There are a lot of enemies that we're going to kind of cheese like that. He's definitely one of them. So, let's go over and get the... This is Sparta! Oh man. That brought back a whole wave of memories of old school YouTube poops, YouTube music videos. That I don't know what, that became such a huge thing, the whole "This is Sparta," and then like the music, the oh boy, it was huge for a while. I'm glad that a lot of YouTube poops have become very surreal nowadays. I think that's a good direction to take them in. There's a YouTube channel called Bosch, and he makes like 30-second long to like a minute long YouTube poops, and they are all fantastic. And he makes a new one like every week or so, and I think he's actually committing to doing 2 per week now. So he's really carrying forward the YouTube poop community. But boy, I remember a lot of those from way back when, some of the most classic things. Bruh. All right, oh, now this guy is aggroed. Okay, that's fine. Again, backstab's pretty darn good. Although, we can make this even easier if we just fight this guy out here. Just let him think he's gonna get us. And then boom. Alright. Well, I don't know if I want to try and fight the Curse-Rotted Greatwood without full Estus. So I may, just also because I can get my Undead Bone Shard up, I may quick head back, do that. Oh crap. Okay, we're good. I may do that and then... Ooh, hello there. My face. And then, we'll go ahead and try the Curse-Rotted Greatwood, which is an optional boss. It truly is not required for the game, but it's like really useful to fight because you can get the ability to transpose boss souls. So it would be very smart for us to do so. I think we're fine with not trying to force another level up. Okay. Let's see how this goes. It'll be interesting. Ugh. So, I had a pretty rough weekend with a homework assignment. And it was like, I got it done, but it was like probably about 10 hours or so just trying to complete it. And it was like, just nonsense, the problems that were coming up with it, like, you know, following multiple tutorials and all 3 of them were wrong. And so I had to look up the solution on my own, and lots of other bugs that I was never able to fix because I think they were a problem with the code that was provided by the tutorial. So all sorts of just very frustrating stuff. But it was like 10 hours worth of work just to complete the assignment. When I finally got it done, it was great because, you know, it was like, okay, cool. I'm finally done with this whole stupid thing, but It was very frustrating. Okay. Curse-Rotted Greatwood. Not a very fun boss. But luckily he will kind of kill some of those guys for us. So the way that you hurt Curse-Rotted Greatwood is by hurting these little egg sacs, and then especially by destroying them. They have a certain amount of health, and when you destroy them, then it will move him on. It'll deal like chunks of damage to him. When you destroy the chest one, it will move him to the next phase. Alright, cool, that's one. We want to destroy these ones early on, because they're way harder to destroy during phase 2. Although, of course, they're pretty hard to destroy when we're getting attacked by these guys. Alright, the last one is right on his tummy, so we gotta get him to move a bit. Ugh, and yeah, these guys just constantly spawn, so they make it really extra tough. Normally, the best idea would be to kill them all, but that's going to take way longer than is worth, because they're all going to start respawning by the time we actually kill any of them. Ugh. I thought I rolled out of that, but I believe I was still stuck kind of against his model. Alright. How'd you like this monstrosity to be coming over and just punching you in the stomach? Oh, come on, stop your spinning. Luckily, that knockdown doesn't deal damage, it just staggers you a bit. Alright, good, he's doing this one. Gives us some time. Ow. Whew. It was a good dodge. Come on, get destroyed already. Also, it's going to be very tough to hit a lot of these just because of the very short range of punching. There we go. Okay, phase 2. Let's give him some room. Phase 2 is, it's very easy to die during that phase, but we want to go for everything but the belly egg sacs. We want to go for probably back first, or under his leg. Actually under his leg is probably best first. Alright, that stuff deals slight damage to us, so we want to be careful about not getting too close to it. We can get some good damage on the back while he's channeling this. Alright, he's going to lean back. Then that hand is going to slam. Let's get some damage here. Nice. We interrupted his... He was going to do a spin attack, or a get-up attack and slam, which would not have been too bad, but alright, lean back again. Is there anything else I can really get him on right now? Oh, his arm, that's right. No, I think it's the other arm. Yeah, the other arm has a good spot. Alright. Some good hits on this. If you can destroy the belly egg sac, it does like a ton of damage to him, but it's also the hardest one to hit because of his arm that's there. Alright, he's leaning back. I should have gone to the other side. I think you can also hit, yeah, up there for small damage. Alright, he's spawning more. As long as we stay close. Good. Alright. So if we can destroy that arm one, we'll be good. So let's see if we can force him to do a lean back. Nope. Well, what we can also do is force him to do a run. You can actually hurt his hand and it deals good damage, but you can never destroy it. So, alright, come on, do a run. Actually, I don't want him to do a run now, because I'm right up against the wall. That's why you got to be careful about attacking his belly. He just tried to do a grab there. So you're gonna do a fallback? Nah, just a butt bounce. All right, well, let's get some distance, force him to do a run. Keep an eye on his right. All right, here he comes. Oh my goodness, I've never seen him do that one. I've literally never seen that move before. Wow, that was cool. All right. Come on, buddy. Get up on your feet. Oh my goodness, this is so scary. No, dang it. All right, heal up. All right. I don't think this is... Oh, I don't think that's going to work. No, spin. Crap. Ugh. All right, just get some distance. Only one Estus Flask left, so we got to be careful. Another spin. What? Ow. No, grab. Oh, come on. How did that hit me? That's not fair. Okay, well, we're out of Estus. Wow. Yeah, so the best one would be on his right arm. That if we could destroy that, that would end the fight. The belly one is just way too difficult to hit. There we go. This is what I've been waiting for him to do. He takes a step and then he falls over. All right, 5 hits. If we can get him to do that again, we can kill him. Because I think it's... I don't think that one has too many hits. But it's a risky game, because if he does that charge attack again instead of the get up, then... Cool. All right. We should be able to get it here. There we go. Whew. That was a little scary. Wow. All right, cool. Transposition kiln. That's all we needed. Just what I needed. Is that gonna give us... No, that's a bit heavier, and it's not gonna give us any better block other than against magic. Okay. Oof. Hands are all sweaty. Curse-Rotted Greatwood is one of my harder fights. Obviously, in the grand scale of things, it's actually not too difficult of a fight. But because you usually go and fight it when you're a bit weaker, it's extra scary. And it's just... I mean, the hitboxes are so weird on the fight. It doesn't make sense to me too often. So I'm glad that we were able to one-shot him. Alright, so the first thing he gives you is free. We'll do this, because that's a fizz. No, so Pontiff's left eye, this is going to give us HP with successive attacks. It's going to help us until we get the Pontiff's right eye, which is the one that increases your damage with successive attacks. So we're going to do that. Hollow Slayer's Greatsword, by the way, obviously we're not going to use it right now because we're not doing a weapon build, but if you are doing a weapon build, Hollow Slayer Greatsword is one of the best weapons in the game by far. It's got a fantastic moveset and it does so much damage. It's really good. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and use the Curse Rotted Soul because we do not care about any of the transposes we can get from that. There's not really a whole lot more transposes that we're even going to really care about at this point. So let's get some health. 4580 is what I need. Wow, 6 souls. Could sell just one thing. I should have just sold the Verbeta Shekel. Then I would be at exactly enough. So we'll get up to 20 health and then we'll continue on. So, okay, cool. That is a big bonus. That's going to put us forward quite a bit. So now I think it's time we go to Cliff Underside and then we can make our way over to the next area, which is kind of tough to run through, but not too bad. And we're going to make our way directly towards Deacons of the Deep, which does mean we need to fight the, what's it called? Crystal Sage. But we'll also be able to get ourselves a nice grass crest shield, which is going to give us some more stamina regen. Oh boy, this is this is not going to go well. Whee! Ow. Also, that guy is like guarding his sister's cell, and we're just never going to interact with them, because I mean, that's a whole thing you can go through. Like, you have to like buy a special key, and then you can go through and unlock her cage and free her, and she gives you like miracle stuff. We're not doing anything with miracles, because you need, the only thing we could do with miracles would be like buffing weapons, and considering we're not using weapons, you can't buff your fists. So just let me make sure you can't, yeah, cannot do anything of the sort. So, and obviously using other miracles would be kind of against the challenge. I don't want to do something like getting a bunch of heal miracles. For one, it actually wouldn't really be that worth it to do that unless we just have fights that last so long that we use so many Estus. But for two, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that kind of defeats a lot of the purpose of this. I already feel a little strange about doing having shields, but I am very glad that I have done that, because there have been a lot of times where I've been saved by being able to block stuff. All right, time to run. All the with the pumped up kicks, you better run, better run. Outrun. Punchy. Couldn't remember what I named this guy. He's punchy. All right, let's get some souls. Get out of here. Nope, ran out of stamina. Nice, get some health back. This guy has absolutely no idea what to do about just someone just coming at him with fists. It was a partial parry, but it still gets us some good damage. Nah, no buffs for you. Oh, I don't think you can parry that. I don't know. I tried. All right, well, he's buffing anyways. Oh! Oh, come on. I'm getting staggered. It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground. You underestimate my power. Alright, get out of here. Not even going to be able to pick up the butcher's knife weapon. Actually, we could if we just reloaded the game. I might do that because it's worth a little bit of souls. So this is a thing that this is, unfortunately, this is just like a part of Dark Souls. It's not like I'm doing anything cheesy, but a lot of times whenever things get like knocked out of the area where you can pick them up, you can reload the game and that will allow it to be picked up. So reloading basically means like quitting the game or leaving the area and coming back, or like dying or something, anything that reloads your current area. And so it's pretty useful to do. We could just leave the area and come back, but that would take a lot longer. So, but it's like, it only happens for like the items that you can only get one of. So it's not like if it was like, oh, I killed this enemy and he dropped one Titanite shard but fell off the ledge. Ooh, good view. Great view of this character. All right, do I have, no, I don't have anything else. Let's see, how much damage loss am I going to get if I equip this? Just one. Okay, that's fine. Because I want to have this for doing some parrying. Actually, oh no, yeah, that does like no physical block and has no stability. I want to do some parrying coming up here. And I'm probably going to fail at all of the parries and just die. So I'm going to like give it one shot, and if it don't work, it don't work. Actually, You know, I'm not even going to do that because we don't need to go over there. There's some stuff we can get, like some armor, but it's gonna be kind of not worth it. So now we got to be careful here because of these giant crabs. I'm the giant crab that makes all of the rules. Also because this stupid the water here slows down your movement. All right, Yellowfinger Hazel. Ow. So let's see if we can possibly kill Hazel here, as well as these two guys. So this is a neat little trick. This is something I learned in the CIA. Oh, dang it, that guy didn't play along. All right, let's get him to move away a little bit. First guy died at least. Whew, that roll took me a little further than I expected. There we go. And now we just got to see if we can get Hazel to come over here. All right, where are you? There we go. It's a little harder to get Hazel to fall down into here, but it's happened before. Well, oh boy. Well, he died, but so did I. But those souls are at least down there. That stuff should be kind of respawned. And I'm surprised. I don't know how in the world that actually made me fall off. I still had stamina. It's very odd. Oh, and I guess I should probably talk to these two. All right. Let's go back there and get my souls. We killed Hazel as well as those other two guys, so they are out of the way now. We pretty much have a straight shot to get to the to get to Crystal Sage, but I'm pretty sure somewhere in here is either an Estus Shard or an Undead Bone Shard. Again, might just be thinking of modded, but I might not. I probably should go for my souls first before I do something like this, because I might die, but we'll see. Alright, let's heal up. There's a sage ring in there if we were doing any sort of casting. But we are not. And here's both the two weapons from those two guys that died. There's our souls, and is there a guy here? No, there's nothing here, that's right. So let's go over here and quick grab this bonfire. And actually, while I'm down here, there's a thing I can get, but I just want to make sure. Sorry. Oh yeah, okay. There is one here. I remember now. Again, I'm sorry for having to like look up some of this stuff. It's been so long since I've played a regular Dark Souls 3. I'm always playing modded, so it's a whole different experience. So we're actually, the reason why we're going here and not sitting, I mean, we could sit at that bonfire, but it doesn't really matter. Because what we're going to do is go over here and grab this. And then we're going to go back. And hopefully not get any enemies on us, other than those little sluggy boys. So we'll sit here and we'll quick go over and actually, you know what? No, let's go back first just in case. There's another shard that we can get over by two very annoying, difficult enemies that are kind of scary. So if we die against them, that there's a very high chance we won't get our souls back. And considering it's, you know, 7,500, I would really like to use these. Every little bit helps early on. 5228. Nope, don't buy anything. Good enough. Ashen one. All right, cool. So that's, we'll get one more health and then we'll be good on leveling health for a while. Let's go ahead and put in our Crest shield. It's a little heavier. Looks like it's not actually lowering our damage by anything, but it is better block against physical, which is the thing that we really care about, because magic and everything we're not going to really want to be blocking. Not as good stability, but it gives us increases in stamina recovery, which, considering how often we're doing any sort of punching, you know, considering we'll sit there doing this, good stamina recovery so that we can do a lot of rolling afterwards is super useful. So I will take it. All right, let's do the halfway fortress. That way we don't have to walk through all the water. So we're gonna have to deal with a very annoying dog here, but after we do, nothing else should be really too dangerous. I've been, ow, ow, cool. I'll just take all that damage. I've been on my like monthly or bi-monthly Germa spree, where I just watch Germa videos, and like only Germa videos, and so I'm watching. I went through his. I'm going through his Dead Rising playthrough. His Dead Rising 2 one will be next. I'm also watching his Fable stuff. I watched something else. What else was I mean, like a bunch of other stuff, like his Super Monkey Ball playthrough, which was great. I love that guy, and especially when he did his Dollhouse stream. I mean, that was like one of the most ambitious, coolest things that any streamer has ever done. All right, I believe it's all the way to the left that we want to get our Estus Shard. The Super Monkey Ball one the other day, nice. Everything about that one is so funny. Like the fact that he had to use constantly use save states, and like someone had told him about how to slow down the game, and so then he started using that all the time. And like his joke where he like started talking slower and everything. I love like one of my favorite jokes he's ever done. The whole Senator Dave State trying to learn how to use save states. And then he wants to change the GameCube to the Dave Cube. I wish so badly that I had even an ounce of his creativity. He is just so funny. It's so clever. I don't know if you've ever watched his Deltarune playthroughs, but he's like surprisingly good at that game. Like it is pretty crazy to see him play a game like Deltarune, which is like not exactly the hardest game, but it's definitely not the easiest game. And like he one-shots all of the like super secret extra hard bosses, you know, bosses that take people hours to defeat, and he just one-shots them. It's like sometimes he really turns on the skill. He does a great job with it. All right, so there's a guy up here we're not even going to talk to because he doesn't actually do anything with you unless you have 10 intelligence or higher, and there is zero reason for us to ever level up any intelligence, so we're not even going to bother. We could kill him, but I don't really want to try and fight him right now because I just want to try and go for the Crystal Sage. Serpentine. All right, Crystal Sage is kind of tough when the fight lasts for a long time, so we'll see how this goes. But at least our punches will stagger. That's a very, very reasonable, healthy amount of damage. I think Crystal Sage has really low defense, so that's probably why. But if you ever want to have a really horrible time, try and do Crystal Sage with magic only. It takes forever. I keep trying to go for that 5th hit, and I'm never gonna make it. Realistically, we should probably wait for her to create the stuff around her, the orbs around her. That way she doesn't leave until they're gone. There, this one. So now we can actually get some hits. Or we can just die instead. That works even better. That's the real secret of how you fight Crystal Sage, is you just get into melee range and get stun locked and die. No, that was mostly my fault. I did not expect her to do the melee attack when I was not even close to in melee, but she used predictive AI and used her melee attack while I was running into melee range, like she somehow knew I was actually going to be there. And then she just kind of went nuts and just started spamming, and like in any of the downtime when she wasn't melee attacking, I was getting hit by her projectiles. Which, that's basically the reason why I usually don't wait for her to do that, because she will very often combo, not exactly intentionally, but she will combo with it, so. Alright. Oh, starting off strong. Let's go ahead and use this Ember now. Get me a little bit more health. And then we'll just play the attack 4 times. Wow, not even... Okay, we did get a 4th. I was gonna say, not even 4 times. It's like, the problem about Crystal Sage is that it's just a very long, tedious fight. It's not even particularly difficult, although it can be difficult. But it really just takes so long to do. So, you know, whatevs. What's our magic absorption? 15%? Yeah, so it's worth keeping this stuff on. I was gonna say maybe I could take off some of my armor and do a little bit more damage. Although let's just see what that's gonna do. How much more damage that'll be dealing. Not really worth it. Alright. Wanted to play that a little safe. She's about to enter phase 2, which is, okay, interesting. I don't know how I know this. Phase 2 is a bit more dangerous, because she's going to call out a bunch of clones. And that's where the fight's just going to take, like, forever. Because these clones go away in 1 hit, but they're also too dangerous to be kept alive, so... He's a Sith Lord. He's too dangerous to be kept alive. Ah, jeez. I hate that attack because it just tracks you forever, and just like when it hits you, you're almost dead instantly. Ah! So scared. Oh, come on. The problem is she spams that attack, and so sometimes it ends up taking forever. So you can parry her melee attack. I've never done it before, but maybe I should try. That might give me a little bit more of a chance to do something. Alright, well, go ahead and just go to your next phase. Or your next location. Fun. Yeah, I think it's, I mean, there's 3, I hate this boss, I hate Wolnir, and I hate Ancient Dragon. I think if all 3 of those, and Half-Light, actually, I hate Half-Light. If all 4 of those bosses were just non-existent, this would be like a 10 out of 10 game, but... Oops. Come on, try it again. Okay, I'm not very used to the timing. So I guess I'll just go back to this. I don't have enough Estus to try and get down that timing, especially with just a medium shield. Alright, go to your next location. Really, you don't have to always go for these guys, because as soon as she starts to teleport, the clones start to teleport too. But if you don't get to her immediately, then it's a pretty good idea to try and go for those clones just to make sure you don't get comboed. Because the clones basically deal full damage, so... Ugh. This fight sucks so much. Oh, that is her. Wow. I expected this one in the back to be her. Oh boy. Saw that coming. And I did nothing. I couldn't actually do anything to stop it, unfortunately. Let's take my Sieg Brow. Help me a little bit here. Considering how long we've been in this fight. Luckily, at least, fists are really fast, so we can kill these clones very quickly. Once again, I keep trying to go for that 5th hit. Someday I will realize that it's not going to work. Nice. I had a feeling this one would be her. And that time I did get the 5th hit in because I started attacking before she even could start her teleport. Oh boy. This is a bad position to be in. Oh boy. Okay. Alright. Now what? Come on, shoot the stuff. All right, let's heal up. Almost there. Actually, I wonder if I could have gotten the 5th hit there. All right, I'm gonna guess over here. Nope. Go to you. In the world? Oh, there we go. Oof. All right, get rid of this guy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Careful. Alright, next time around we should be able to kill her. Let's see if I can predict where she's going to be. I also have no more healing, so I've pretty much got to get it here. Nope, that was not her. Okay. Stop. Gatling gun. Okay. It's fine. Alright, we should get it here. Whew, okay. No, I was not looking forward to that fight, so I'm glad it's over. Yeah, that fight is just rough. It's like, again, it's not... No, it's pretty... I was going to say, it's not horrible, but no, it is pretty horrible. That's one of my least favorite fights. It's another one of those ones that it's like, you know, okay, I get the reasoning behind it. I get the gimmick that they wanted to do a special gimmick where it's like, oh, this boss teleports around and, you know, does all sorts of crazy spells and everything, and then they make clones, and it's like, yeah, that's a cool idea, but when you actually play it, it is really not fun. Like, I wish that they would have, I mean, It's again, like, to say I wish they would have scrapped it or something is a bit of a, I guess, a dumb statement, because it's like, if you're a game company and you spend like even like 2 weeks just working on this boss, you know, you create the model for it, you create the mechanics for it, like you design everything, and then you actually put it into play and everything, and you realize it's not that great. As long as it's not terrible, it would be kind of foolish to get rid of it, because that would mean all that time that you spent working on it is completely wasted. So that's like game development companies, just because something is not super fun, it doesn't mean they're just going to be like, all right, just scrap it and get rid of it, because otherwise, you know, what was the point of all the time that they spent on it? So those the witches there, they're always very strange, make goofy noises. Ooh, we got a nice underview of the eyes. You can usually not see those because the eyelids are covering it too much. All right, time to run through a bunch of stuff again. We're gonna get another Estus Flask shard, our last one for, actually no, we are gonna get one more coming up a little bit later. But when we get that, we're actually gonna go back to, we're actually gonna do two things. First, we're gonna go talk to a guy that's right by the bonfire here, because he's gonna let us, oh boy, here's the teleporting dogs. So he's gonna let us go to, like, just get the bonfire for the DLC. We're not gonna actually do any of the DLC yet, but we may as well just do that as long as we're here. But then we can, oh my gosh, this is awful. Then we can go back and upgrade the Estus Flask, because we actually are gonna want to go back and get ourselves a torch, because torches are very useful here. There's some enemies that can infect us with a thing that will constantly deal damage for quite a while unless we get a torch. Curse these fists in their short range. Alright. Light the bonfire. Ooh. He's all like, the bonfire. Alright, go ahead and get ourselves the Estus Flask shard. Excuse me, fellas. Goodbye. Kaboom. Oh man, my nose has been so itchy lately. I'm just allergic to I'm allergic to these fists. All right, come on. There we go. Actually, I don't know why I shouldn't even have bothered. So there's a chance the game might crash here. It just happens. It's been an issue with the game for a long while. Ooh, half of my face is disappearing because of the green screen. Let's see. It didn't crash. Nice. It's, for whatever reason, entering this DLC and only this DLC has a very high chance to crash. Didn't used to happen for the longest time, and then all of a sudden it happened every time. But hasn't happened in a while, so. All right, let's go back and turn in this Estus Shard. So let's see, what else do we need to do? I think we need to turn in this shard, and then we're just going to work our way through the Cathedral of the Deep here. This part takes a really long while just to run through, but it is also one of those areas where it's like, if you stay back and actually fight everything, it takes just ages. And especially if we're only able to damage everything with our fists, there's no way. So, oops, I almost forgot to buy the torch. So we're gonna just sprint through everything. I think a torch is 500, right? 300, even better. Ashen 1. All right. How much damage is this going to lower us by? Just 1. That's fine. We'll basically only use it until we're through the majority of this area. Actually, what enemies can give it? I think just those leaping guys. We don't really care about them because we're not going to be fighting any of them. There are some other enemies that can do it, but it's not worth keeping this torch if we're using something like Flynn's Ring, which is going to lower our damage by having the extra weight. So turn signals. All right. I don't believe there's anything we want in here. Running, running, running. That was always a joke thing with Joe and I. We would, I don't even remember. I think it was while we were playing zombies. It was like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Running, running, running. And that became a big thing for a few years. It's... if you could hear all the weird inside jokes that Joe and I have created over the years, we used to communicate in only inside jokes because we had so many of them, and any person watching us would think we had some severe mental issues. But you know, we don't do that anymore. I mean, that was mainly during like middle school and high school when we were social outcasts. Let's see, do I want... Oh my goodness, alright, not the time to check. I wanted to check if I should do some different armor, but... really not going to be able to check right now. It is time to run. Better run, outrun the warden. Or grave warden, I think is what they're called, something like that. I don't know. I don't know. That little orange like wave thing that went towards me, that's whenever certain enemies, or whenever enemies are killed, you have a small chance to get back an Estus Flask Shard. It's either, I believe it's like you have a small chance and that chance increases the more enemies that you kill that don't give it, but it also might just be like when you kill a certain amount of enemies, just like a flat certain amount, or like a certain amount, like certain ones are weighed differently or something. Oh my gosh. This part sucks so much. Oh, come on. No, no, no. You're not gonna do that to me. Not gonna sandwich me. Alright. Now, normally there is a little shortcut that I do here, but it also kind of involves fighting the giant that's out here, and we do not want to try and fight that giant with fists only. It's just going to take so long. And it's possible, but it'll probably be about 10 minutes of just punching his leg and just walking around. And it's really not worth it, especially, like, the main reason why you would fight that giant is because he gives you, he gives you, like, a Titanite chunk. And considering we're not upgrading a weapon ever, we don't need Titanite chunks. Because Titanite is only used for upgrading weapons or shields. And we don't care about upgrading shields, and we don't have any weapons to upgrade. But there's a little secret where if you go up here, if you jump down at this corner, you actually will survive the fall. So we got to try and buy or pick up right here. That's the only thing that we care about. Like this though. 6 I should not have picked that up. It was not worth it. All right, and I think we're good. Cool. It's a kind of tough guy to run through, but we did pretty well. So we're gonna go ahead and just run along here, sprint through, ignore everything. And then we're going to go over here and unlock the shortcut, but then there is a separate door that we will want to go to at some point, but we're not going to do it yet because there's actually a certain guy that we want to interact with first. Oh, right, and Longfinger Kirk. That's going to be a rough one because he deals damage to us when he rolls, and we don't really... I mean, guys, we have 9 Estus Flasks, so we might be able to just kind of out-heal him. Actually, let me try doing some parrying on him. Maybe I can just get some good parries. If I die, it's not the end of the world because we're right next to our bonfire. But if I can get some parry ripostes, that would be pretty good. Problem is, he's just going to spontaneously appear any second now. There we go. jeez. That's not fair. Oh, cool. I don't even know what happened there. I just became jammed into the wall. The wall and me became one. So, never mind on trying the parries. Not gonna happen. So let's go back to our grass crest shield. He's not gonna appear now since we don't, since we're not kindled. So we'll just move on. And yeah, this door, we're gonna open that later, but not now, because if we open that, it makes a certain event not happen. There's essentially, in order to help Sigurd with his quest, we need to get his armor and throw it down to him in the well. And we cannot get his armor unless we either buy it from Patches, who will appear later on in the game, or we kill this guy who is also Patches. But we kill Patches here. The only way to get Patches to appear later on is by buying a thing for 20,000 souls. And by the point that we'll have 20,000 souls of disposable income, we're not gonna, the Sigurd quest is gonna be long past completable, so. Alright, so this is gonna open up another shortcut, the last of the shortcuts here. This is gonna allow us, again, from the Cleansing Chapel bonfire, we're gonna be able to just go directly through here. But there is gonna be a separate bonfire we're gonna get that will allow us to come here pretty much about as fast. So it's all the way over there, and we just gotta basically run across. You can see there's the wall put up there, and that wall is put up by this guy. Now this guy is, he looks familiar, he looks like Sigurd.
Well, you look reasonably sane. I am a knight of Katarina.
I am a knight of Katarina. Yeah, so anyways, he's like,
I'm in quite a pickle.
he's like, yes, the treasure is over there. Just go over there where you can't interact with me. Over there. So yeah, he's trying to trick us. But unfortunately, he does a lot of damage. So time to get out our parry shield and hope that we can outlast him. Oh yeah, you can't parry a jump attack with a ultra great sword. I always forget. It's a little PvP tip for those of you that do Dark Souls 3 PvP. Nope. Okay. Ow. I don't do Dark Souls 3 PvP. I hate it. But if you do, be careful about them ultra great swords. Although non-jumping attacks with ultra great swords, if you have a parry shield, are really easy to parry. Apparently you can't parry that one though. I did not realize. I guess it makes sense. Well, no, it doesn't really. Like, realistically, an attack like that would be super easy to just kind of push off to the side. Nope. Try to get a backstab there. Boom. Unfortunately, Patches has a lot of Estus Flasks, so we're going to be here for a while. You don't have to kill him either. This is completely optional, but we can get the Sigurd's armor here. Nope, that was way too late. There we go. I believe he has 3 Estus Flasks, so we got to get through that much. Oh, come on. Why did I always do that where I don't get the first one, and so I immediately try for a second one, and then I just take a bunch of extra damage. We'll see, we might not end up getting being able to kill him here. Just because I don't know if we can outlast. Unless I am able to get my stuff together and start getting some good parries. Alright, he's gonna heal. Never mind, and now he's gonna heal though, because he's below half health by quite a bit. So now we can... Really? Okay, I mean, if you don't want to heal, I'll just keep attacking you. That's perfectly fine. But, There we go. Oops. Okay, let's heal up. Whew. Interesting. Sometimes the parries don't quite make sense to me, like how that one didn't get parried. Also, I definitely dodged through that, but... Alright. Almost out of Estus, so I'm hoping he's out as well, because if he's not, then we're in trouble. Come on. Don't kick me. Nope. Yeah. There we go. I have never had to do so many freaking parries against patches. Alright, good, he's out. So if he's out, let's heal up to make sure we're safe. I just remembered I have that Lloyd sword ring and I've not been using it. It wouldn't do anything right now because you need to be full health for it to actually do anything, but... Nope, that was way too late. Jumping attack cannot parry. I don't think I can parry this, but maybe I can, I don't know. I think the timing's just really tough. Alright, we got about 4 more parries to go. There we go. Let's see if... Is this about 3 more, or is this still... Yeah, that's about 3 more. That was a really late one. I'm lucky that one counted. 2 more. Easy parry. I might even be able to kill him with just some punches. Nice. Okay. Whew. Why me? Hardest boss of this game. So he will give us Horsehoof Ring, which is worthless. The Katarina shield the Pierce shield would be good if we were using shields as weapons, but we are not. And the Horsehoof Ring is fine, but it's not. It makes your kick stronger, but we're not going to be doing anything with that. So let's go ahead and get that Lloyd sword ring. We'll replace our Chloranthy ring since we have the Crest shield. And then we'll go through here, and what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get this bonfire and talk to Rosaria here, and then we will go back, get the last Estus Flask shard from this area, and then go back to home, level up, turn in those shards and everything, and then it's time for what's probably going to be one of the hardest bosses of this entire run. A boss which, on my Broken Straight Sword run, took me probably the longest out of any bosses. And I will say, whoops, I did not mean to go back here yet. One interesting thing is that, like, so I did my Broken Straight Sword run. Against Yorm, I did not use this Broken Straight Sword. I did use the Stormkeeper, and it's mainly because fighting Yorm without the Stormkeeper is stupid, and that's why I'm doing that with fists only. I'm not going to use the Stormkeeper in this run. The fight genuinely will be probably about 15 minutes. Like, it's just a very long fight, and on harder difficulties it takes even longer, but we're hopefully not going to take too long. The problem is just that it is also a very punishing fight. The fight is designed to be pretty fast because you're using the Storm Ruler, so because of that the boss deals a lot of damage, so it's going to be one of those fights where I can't really mess up. So because of that, that will be a fight that we end up doing like at the end, the latest possible point, and it may very well be an entire stream in itself. So we'll see how that goes. All right, this guy drops us an Estus Shard. Oh no, does he drop the ring? Let's see. He drops the ring, never mind. Once again, I'm stuck thinking of modded. I think in Cinders he drops, or at least used to drop, the shard. Man, I have a lot of trouble remembering what is part of what is modded and what isn't. So we have 10 Estus flasks, and we'll see how it goes. The Deacons of the Deep goes. How much do I need to level up? 62. Well, let's just go ahead and sell this stuff. Ashen one. All right. So, the reason why the Deacons of the Deep is so difficult, for anyone that's ever played this game before, you'll know that it is pretty rare to be saying that a boss fight like Deacons of the Deep is difficult. Essentially what this fight is just like a bunch of enemies that spawn, and they all will shoot pretty weak stuff at you. They don't really attack super often, and then there's like one of them that becomes sort of empowered, and he doesn't do anything more when he's empowered, but killing the empowered one will deal damage to the boss's main health. And then when the boss's main health gets to half health, then the true main boss comes out. He's just like the actual deacon, the archdeacon, whatever, and you have to attack him to kill him in order to complete the fight. For most people, the fight is really easy. You just kind of keep killing stuff until eventually the fight ends. But the problem is, if the fight lasts for a pretty long time, suddenly there's like a real risk of getting cursed. And there are these guys that sit there channeling curse stuff. And it is like really, really easy to die at that point, because curse is an instant kill. So it's really easy to end up dying once you get to that point. So we gotta hope that that doesn't happen. We gotta hope that we're able to kill those in time, because if we're not, it's just, this is gonna be a long time, because we're gonna have to come back here a lot. So we'll see what happens. All right. We want to avoid taking damage if we can, even if it's just little bits of damage, because we have our Lloyd's Sword Ring, so we don't want that to run out. It only works when we're at full health, so... nuts. That is a lot of health to work through. I think the essence is probably going to move away before I can kill him. Oh no, nice. Gucci. It's like damage taken is really not that much of a concern during this fight. It kind of is, but it's not nearly as much as other bosses. It's just getting cursed that in the second phase that is worrisome. Oops. Ouch. Alright, already in phase 2. We want to kill these guys because they actually do healing. The blue ones, I should say. They're very dangerous. And then we got to keep an eye out for any channelers anywhere. So right now, actually, I think they are just doing this. We got to stagger them by dealing enough damage. All right, now he's building up his Super Saiyan attack. Hurts a lot, so that's when you got to be very careful of. Blue Archdeacon, let's try and finish him off. I know we're taking a lot of damage, but I'd like to get this guy killed quick. Alright, cool. That's one down. Still got to get the other one. Alright. Let's interrupt this guy real quick. Building up his big attack again. We also want to kill as little of these guys as we possibly can right now, because if we do kill any of them... is this the blue guy? I can't tell which one is the blue guy. Oh yeah, this guy is. If we do kill any of them, they can respawn in other areas, and if any of them start channeling while they're in different areas, we are in big trouble. Interrupt. Oop. Oop. Interrupt that guy. Interrupt this guy. Alright, well, that's one way to interrupt him. He's building up his big attack again. Alright. Where's the blue deacon? See him. Out of my way! Everyone get out of my way! Can't you see he's trying to kick my butt? How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? I love the young people. Oh, did he heal? Rats. Oh no, that wasn't him. Where is the blue deacon? Is that him? I don't think that's him, no. He's blending in with the crowd. Oh, I think this is him. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, too many of them are channeling. There we go. So yeah, I think it's when 3 or more of them are channeling that that can start happening. Okay, cool. All of his Healy deacons are dead, so now we can go straight for him. Alright, that was actually a very helpful knockback, because I was about to get dove on. Dovahkiin. Help! Help! Don't want to be here. Alright, there we go. Let's give it a second. Alright. I wanted to check to make sure none of these guys were going to start channeling. Let's do some backstabs to interrupt them. Excuse me. Ah. There's so many of them. All right, they're building up for his big attack. And he's just not doing it. Okay. I'll take it. I wonder if because I did enough damage to him if I interrupted him. Okay, stop these guys. Wrong guy. But it interrupted that guy anyway, so it was worth it. Wrong guy. Ah, nuts. Alright, gotta wait a second. It's, again, as long as you keep track of the guys channeling dark into the sky by themselves, like these tall guys, the fight's really not too bad. I say as I just start getting bullied. Okay, I gotta be careful because I'm actually almost out of heals. If I kill some of these guys, I do get heals back, but it's gonna be hard to just kill some of them. Okay, cool. I interrupted him. Excuse me, sirs. Excuse me. Excuse me. Interrupt. Interrupt. Can I? Okay, maybe this will give me some immunity here. Nice. Do not want to be just taking extra damage like that. Oh boy. Yeah, we might die here. I don't think we have enough health to really survive this. Especially not if I just walk into into hits like that. Oh, come on. Leave me alone. Yeah, we are very much dead. Ugh, so that is the Deacons of the Deep fight. The last phase just does that a bunch. So what I'm seeing is that the Lloyd Sword Ring is very much worthless right now. We are not going to be able to do anything with that. None of these are really any good. Blue Tear Stone Ring, we're not going to want to be at low health. So I think we may just want to do the stamina recovery. The other option, like we can try this again, but the other option is we do Pharaon Keep and do some stuff there. We can get a little bit more experience. So I think I actually might do that. We can get a little bit more experience and then we can come back. So we don't need to do Deacons of the Deep until after we kill Wolnir. But I also like to do it before defeating the Abyss Watchers, because that is like, after you defeat the Abyss Watchers, what's his name? The guy, then shall we begin bit? That guy ends up disappearing. And so we want to get the maximum bonus out of leveling with him. And since he gives you 5 free levels, if you use those 5 free levels at the latest point possible, then those 5 free levels will end up being like the highest amount of souls that they give you. So it doesn't make too much of a difference, because obviously you're still going to end up needing, like, it's still going to be an increasing cost. But the difference between, like, if it's like 1,000, then 2,000, then 3,000, then 4,000, then 5,000, and then like 6,000, you know, keeps increasing by 1,000. You would want to have him use, you would want him to do his level ups on the 6,000, or, you know, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, while you use your level ups on the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and so on. It's not that drastic of a difference, but it is still a bit of a difference. So we don't want to have him do his stuff. We don't want to use his levels until it's like absolutely necessary. But we also don't want to miss out on the levels that he can give us. So if it comes down to it, we may just do, I mean, we can still do Abyss Watchers before we do the level ups with him. It's as soon as you enter the next area after Abyss Watchers that he will die. So but honestly, all things considered, even though, I mean, obviously we didn't end up killing the boss and we still had like 25% of its health to go, that went really well. I remember like the first time that, so when I was doing that boss with Broken Straight Sword, I wasn't able to get like a sharp infusion or anything, so it was a pretty weak weapon. It wasn't even very much upgraded, so it lasted a super long time, and I kept getting killed by the curse, and I was like, I don't understand, like, you know, what in the world am I doing wrong? And that's what it is those guys that sit there channeling into the sky. If there's, I think, 4 of them channeling at any one time, then you start getting cursed, and so you have to keep track of them. And that's, again, why I like really like the fight, because it's very much like an MMO fight. You know, you have actual mechanics, like you're needing to watch these mobs for that, you need to watch the other mobs for the AoE explosions that knock you around, you need to keep an eye on the boss and make sure, you know, you need to see when they're doing their big attack that does like the big shadow nuke at you. So it's a cool fight, just really tough with low weapon damage. With high weapon damage, most often you don't even see that attack that has him cursing you, because the fight just ends way before that can even be a challenge. So we're about to fight another guy that's got some really awful hitboxes. So we may end up dying a few times to him, but it's free souls and it's not as difficult as a normal boss. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. If we can break his legs, then we actually end up getting to riposte him very often, and that's a lot of damage dealt. You know, a fist's riposte, which isn't that much extra damage dealt, but it's pretty good. Funny thing too, I am also used to fighting this guy with him having faster movement. Also, I just realized, because fists deal strike damage, this guy takes extra damage from strikes, so fists are actually really doing a lot of damage to him. Like a surprisingly high amount of damage to him. This guy's gonna go down no problem. The only thing we gotta be careful of is if we get got by his grab. Otherwise, there's like nothing he can do to us. Ow. And we do not want to get out of melee range, because then he starts spewing rocks at you. Like that. And as far as I know, there's zero way to dodge those rocks. Because it's a consistent hitbox, like a beam hitbox. And so you can't dodge around it because it tracks you. You can't dodge through it because it lasts too long. I guess maybe you could block it if you have a good full block thing. Well, I was mid-healing there. No. Yeah. Whoa, look at us. Oh, come on. That's not fair. That is so cheap. That is so cheap. He did a wombo combo. He took us, threw us, and spit us out. I'm pretty sure that's how the Eminem lyric goes, right? I've been grabbed and thrown and spit on stage. That's how it goes, right? All right, let's try this again. It's funny though, because like I said, unless he grabs us, there's nothing he can do. Like all the times that he was doing like just attacking us, he wasn't hurting us like hardly at all. It was enough that we could heal with just one Estus Flask, but then as soon as he grabs us, it is lights out. And those well, never mind. I was gonna say those souls can never be gotten, but that was also 0 souls, so we're not missing anything. I disagree with that hitbox. What's the Incredibles 2? I disagree strongly. I got a picture of that with like him, like his eyes glowing red. He's like, I disagree strongly. All right, he might throw us off the ledge. Well, actually, we might even just die from this. Yeah, cool. Well, we're having a great time here. Ugh. I could wear better armor, but I don't need to. He's just, it's that grab attack is like, it goes from the moment he starts it to the moment he actually grabs you is about 15 frames, which in this game, since it's like 60 FPS, it's like 1/4 of a second. So you have about 1/4 of a second to react to him going like, yeah. And if you're anywhere in front of him, he grabs you. And the problem is he will turn to grab you, like he'll turn around. So there's not really a way to dodge it unless you have like you can't avoid it unless you have perfect timing on your dodge. So this though is why we did our level up earlier, or our free level up earlier. How that works is you actually get free level ups from Yol of Londor, but you get like these free level ups whenever you die. So it's, you have to, after the first time you get your free level up, you have to die a total of 15 times in order to actually get it. So we are happy to take like at least these extra deaths. Obviously, yeah, they suck. They take some extra time, but they're stuff that we would have to do at some point anyways. So, all right, come on, let's see those legs break. Blah. This guy sounds like a World of Warcraft abomination. Blah. Also, what in the world is going on with the model there? There's a little stretchy spike. Or not model, that's the texture, I think. Actually, no, I think that is a part of the model. It's just the texture is trying to go onto it. All right, there we go. That's better. Great axe, let's use that. I don't think we care about anything on the other side here. There's like some stuff over there, but not anything that is interesting or useful to us. So I think we're just gonna move on. Move on. Next question. I do have an undead bone shard. I think I'm gonna go pull the last lever and then, or delight the last candle. Extinguish. Why did I say delight? It's delightful. We're gonna extinguish the last candle and then we will go turn in this bone shard. Bone shard. Bone shards ready. So we get to go through super slow sludge here. My favorite part of this zone. It's if we had a dagger, you can actually use with the dagger as a quick step thing, as your like special weapon thing. You can use that here, and it'll let you go through the swampiness really fast. But I did say no weapons, so. Aha! Well, it was fun while it lasted. Yeah, Fair and Keep is not very fun. Here's me. I'm going to someday soon be a game developer. I'm already developing games as is, but like I'll soon be able to actually be like programming them and, you know, distributing them and everything. So I'm pretty passionate about game design. I'm a pretty big fan of good game design, and I'm pretty critical of bad game design. I will say this, for anyone that is an aspiring game developer, designer, anything, swamp levels are not enjoyable. Very, very often people just detest swamp levels. So if you're going to have a swamp level, it had better have a really good reason. Just having a swamp level because, oh, this is an RPG, we're supposed to have the swamp level. It's not a good enough reason. Then having a swamp level where when you roll, it makes you go super slow like this, where you do the fat rolling, makes it even worse. There's legitimately no good reason for that. There's no good gameplay design in there other than just making you annoyed. So again, my lesson to aspiring game developers, unless you have a really good reason to make it, and unless you have a way to make it actually really fun, just don't even mess with the swamp level. It's truly not worth it. They are annoying to make. They are annoying to traverse through. I mean, you know, they're just annoying. So the best thing you can do for a swamp level is just make it go fast. The faster that the swamp level lasts, the less awful it'll be, because you can just say screw it and skip past most of it. All right, so we don't care about Havel's Ring. That only increases your equip load by like 15% or 20%, which is really not much. It's not even close to as good as it was in Dark Souls 1. So we're just going to sell that Soul of the Stray Demon. It's the only time you ever get the Soul of the Stray Demon, so if you really care about the weapon that he gives, the Demon's Fist, or if you care about the Havel's Ring, which most often you won't care about, then yeah, you should use it on that. Right, 7805. Ashen 1. Cool. Now let's burn the Undead Bone Shard. And then let's head back here, I guess. We're almost at Abyss Watchers. And again, I think I want to do Abyss Watchers first before Deacons, just because oddly enough, Abyss Watchers for this type of build actually may be easier. Now, I could be wrong on that because Abyss Watchers is a really tough boss, but I don't know. We'll see. It's the thing about Abyss Watchers is that it is very much a dodge to the right, dodge to the left fight, whereas Deacons of the Deep is an endurance, like an endurance self-sustain fight. If you have the self-sustain to deal with getting hit very often, and if you have the endurance to last through however long the fight goes, again, we're talking about if the fight actually is like a reasonable amount of time, not like if you are just going through in a normal playthrough. But if you're doing something like a fist only or a broken straight sword only, Abyss Watchers is very much just know exactly when to dodge and, you know, circle left or right. Whereas Deacons of the Deep is like, okay, you have to There's not really a reasonable way that you could avoid the all the attacks for so long. So we'll see how it goes. I think it should be easier, but that doesn't mean that we're going to be able to one-shot it, because Abyss Watchers is just a very tough fight. It's very mechanical. Not as mechanical as Deacons of the Deep, but Deacons of the Deep deals a lot less damage than Abyss Watchers, so... Punch. Oops. I do not want to aggro two of these guys. It's, like, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but it would be not great. Punch, 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 punch. I don't know why. For whatever reason, when you get close to these guys, they actually, like, them standing up causes you to unlock from them. So it's very easy to try to go in for a backstab and then have it not work, because at the last second you were faced slightly differently. Crystal Lizards, these guys are super easy to fight once you learn their attack pattern, because they all are like super telegraphed. So they're, whenever you see them, they're usually just like free points. That attack is like the hardest one to dodge just because it's such a huge AoE, but oh yes, of course. That made sense where my hand went. Not saying, of course, it is still very possible to die against a Crystal Lizard, especially that one at the start of the game. You can even fight it before Eudex Gundyr, and I usually do in every playthrough. I didn't in this one because, you know, I wanted to test the waters first, see exactly how good or bad fists would be. Turns out really not too bad. I mean, you know, bad. the fact that it took like 100 punches to kill that guy should be evidence enough that it's not great, but... Alright, we're gonna try this guy. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go for a Lloyd's Sword Ring. Try and kill him as fast as possible. The best way to kill a Black Knight is through parries, but they are really dangerous. As you can see, mess up a parry, it's half your health. Also, I don't think the Lloyd's Sword Ring is working at this point now. Nice. That was a light parry. I got lucky. It's got a good backstab. One more parry should do it. Or a backstab. Actually, let's see if I can sneak a backstab. Nice. All right, cool. That's just more free souls. It's not really a whole lot. Also, it's kind of just a proof of concept, a proof that I could do it. So, I've played Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 quite a bit. Combined across all of them, probably about 1,500 to 1,600 hours. Also just over the last 3 years, because I didn't even play Dark Souls at all until or around the start of BFA, like a little bit after it started, when I took like a month-long or like 3-week-long break. And so but like I've played a lot of Dark Souls games, mostly Dark Souls 3, but Dark Souls 3 is almost 800 hours, Dark Souls 1 is like 200 to 300 hours, Dark Souls 2 is about 200 hours. So like I've played a lot of Dark Souls, but it is just interesting to me that like despite all of the time that I've played Dark Souls, which again is a lot, I very rarely do parrying stuff. And it's just because it's like so punishing if you get it wrong. But that's also why parrying is so satisfying when you do get it right. Because, man, getting a good, successful parry is like just, oh, it feels so good. So I want to try and do more parries. There's a lot of bosses that you can kill, like you can do parries all the time. Like I'm pretty sure Abyss Watchers, some attacks you can actually parry. But like It's just tough because, again, when you mess it up, you are in big trouble. And the biggest problem is that, like in this game in particular, if you want to parry, you can't really use your shield for defense. Like, the best parrying shields are the small ones, and so you're not going to get much defense at all from them. So it's kind of tough. Running. I don't remember what this is. Is this... That's just black bug pellets. In Cinders or Convergence, one of those two. It's Estus Flask Shard. Alright, Abyss Watchers. One of the best songs in the game. And a really cool fight, although it is basically just Lady Maria of the Clock Tower from Bloodborne. Alright, so... Okay, good. It looks like we stagger him with our punches. If we can get a backstab, it does a good amount of damage, but it looks like we only stagger him with the first punch, so we can't keep staggering him. Backstabs deal a lot. That's going to be good for phase 2. All right. This part kind of sucks because we got the 2 of them, so we got to wait for the third one to come alive. Might be able to get little hits in here and there. The second one, killing him does not do anything. He'll die and then he'll come back after a little while. But this third one here, that one is... He fights the other ones, so he's not necessarily on our side. He will actually fight us, but... Oops, I did not mean to do a kick. That was a horrible mistake. Alright, well, he died instantly, so we gotta wait a little bit for him to come back. Because it's not reasonable to fight these guys without having him alive. It's tough to get a good amount of hits in when there's 2 of them. Might be able to get a backstab, though. Nope. It's almost a backstab. Alright. There he is. He's going to take one of them. Hopefully this one. Good. Backstab. And then while those 2 are fighting, we'll do some real damage to this one. Short range. Backhand. Alright, our friend is dead again. So now we run. Second phase is a lot more exciting than this one. This one is on low damage. It's a lot of just running around. So many of the enemies outside keep dying. It's great. Oh, he did not stagger there. Interesting. Alright, backstab. Wow, our friend sure sucks. Leave me alone. Alright, heal. I should wait for the for him to like fully get up before I drag them nearby him. That way he can actually attack. Okay, cool. Of course, then they're ganging up on him again. Nope. Oh, nice. Alright, help us, friend. Let's let him do some attacks here. Alright, he's dead. The other guy's gonna be coming back soon, but not quite yet. We got a little bit of time. He's standing up now. If we can get just like one little hit in, we can go to phase 2. Yeah. Nope. I tried to go for the running backhand. Alright, our friend is coming back alive, so we should be able to... Either he'll kill him, or... he'll distract the other guy, we'll see. Or he can just keep getting staggered, that works too. Pick on someone your own size. Actually, he is your own size. I'm the smaller one. Alright, phase 2. This is the harder phase. But there's at least just him now. Well, We'll both just miss. That's fine. It's going to be a lot harder to get backstabs during this phase, so we'll see how it goes. There are, like, that attack and one other attack are the only ones that you can really punish with a backstab. That one. Although that one's a bit tougher to punish with a backstab. There we go. Yeah, that one's the other main one. The one that I had said that one for was not really a good punishable one. I just got kind of lucky. But it's when he does that swoop up, he kind of staggers there for a minute. Ah, rats. Rats, rats, rats. No. Not like this. He always does that whenever you, I think that's like specifically designed as a punish for using Estus. Okay, man. Give me a moment. There we go. This is, no, actually, no, that's right. That one's usually not a good punish because he, will just kind of instantly combo into something else. There we go. This fight has a big habit of kind of snowballing when stuff goes wrong. That, like, rolling attack is very much like Artorias. And it's the same level of garbage as that move is too, where he does the jump up and slam down, like the spinning attack. Alright, can't punish that, but we can at least very easily avoid it. Interesting attack for him to do, usually combos that into more. Punish. Yeah. Oof. That was a bad dodge. I got lucky. Okay. Well, that was also a bad dodge, and then I did get punished for it, so one more backstab and we should be good. Cool. All right. That went pretty well. So I'm not even going to sit at the bonfire just because I'm a little afraid of going over there. As soon as that, if you walk towards the back of the room there, that, like, tomb gets pushed back, and that will, the tomb getting pushed back is what opens up the catacombs, which is what kills Yol. And we don't want to kill him until after Deacons, if we can help it. I would rather fight Deacons first, and then, get some extra souls there, just so that we get the maximum possible, benefit from the level ups. All right, no good weapon or no good things we can get. I mean, both of those weapons are decent. I like the ultra great sword paired with the parrying dagger one, but they're not things that we're really gonna be caring about as much, so because they're weapons. Cool. All right, well, it is 10:52. I won't have enough to, because of how long the stupid Deacons of the Deep takes, I won't have enough time to do that fight. So I think this is where we're gonna call it, but we will be back. I had a lot of fun with this. This was, again, I kind of said at the beginning of the stream, this was kind of like a testing the waters to see, am I really gonna want to do a Fist only challenge? And after how today's gone, this was really fun. This was like way more challenging than any Dark Souls challenge I've ever done. And so I'm happy that I've one-shot every boss other than the Deacons of the Deep. And I'm not surprised I didn't, or no, that's right, I didn't one-shot the Crystal Sage. I think that took me 3 tries. So anyways, though, we will